Welcome back, everybody. Out here on a beautiful Sunday morning to discuss 10 by 10 tarp pitches. I've already gone ahead and set up my ridgeline with 2 prusik knots, one at each end. Let's begin with a very basic and solid structure, the A-frame. The A-frame is a super simple pitch. All you'll need is 4 stakes and 2 toggles. To start, I have my tarp folded in half and laid out along the ridgeline. Your next step, grab your one end, feed your prusik loop through, slide through your toggle. You then want to do the same to the other side. The beauty of the prusik knot is it's a friction knot that will stay taut wherever you place it. Now you want to go to your corner tie out and stake it out. And again on the other corner. Find your corner, pull taut, stake it out. Again, on the other side, find your corner, pull taut, and stake it out. So there you have the A-frame. 4 stakes, a ridgeline, 2 toggles, and you're locked in with a super simple shelter that provides great rain coverage. Easily sleep 2 people in here. This pitch does not provide you a ground sheet. There is some configurations of the A-frame that will, but you lose a lot of headroom and a lot of width. There are multiple variations to this pitch. Alternatively, you could go 1 tie out in all around and give yourself doors on either end for more coverage. You could also lower your ridgeline a little bit, stake out one side on the next tie out in and fold it under to provide yourself a little bit of a ground sheet, and the one wall would be extended out further. It significantly decreases the inside of your shelter, leaves you just enough room to pull off a camp in it. It's really restrictive, but extremely weatherproof. You could also increase the height of the ridgeline, add some guy line to your 4 corners, and have a floating A-frame, typically used for hammock camping, but could serve its purpose in a bushcraft setting as well. Another very simple and classic tarp pitch is the simple lean-to. All you need to pitch the lean-to is 2 toggles and 2 stakes. So you take your corner, go to your prusik. Again, just feed your prusik through your loop, insert your toggle, and you're good. Take your loop, prusik through, insert your stake. Pull it tight. Then you take a stake, pull your corner out, stake it, do the same to the other side. Make sure you pull perpendicular off every other tie out and stake it. You want to stick the end you've staked out towards the prevailing wind, so this isn't happening. But it's a great convenient shelter, very quick to set up if you're caught in a storm or just caught in some rain and want to hunker down and ride it out. Probably the simplest pitch there is. Provides you great cover from the top and the back, but that's it. You could even cook underneath this shelter, lay your bedroll out. You could sleep under this on a great sunny day like it is today. The lean-to is a very versatile pitch and can be thrown up very quickly if needed. The next pitch I'd like to show you is the lean-to with the ground sheet. I prefer it over the large lean-to as it does provide the ground sheet, but it does limit your space inside quite a bit. For the large lean-to, you wanted your ridgeline about neck height. For the lean-to with ground sheet, you want to go about waist height, find the center of your tarp, and pitch it out. Find your middle tie out, You then take all the excess material and fold it under. You then stake out the back. You then want to come to the inside, pull your remaining tarp out, and this is what provides you your ground sheet. As you can see, it provides a lot less headspace, a lot less space in general, but the ground sheet is nice if you are not packing one. The reason I like this pitch is the low profile. It's a little stealthy, provides great coverage from above, provides you the ground sheet. You can tuck in here nicely with your pack and there's just enough room. The lean-to with a ground sheet will also provide you with one more configuration I'd like to cover, and that is the stealth setup. For this pitch, you want to come one tie out in and attach it to your prusik. Again, one tie out in and attach it to your prusik. And pull tight. For the back of your shelter, again, find your center, go one tie out in, pull straight off from where your prusik's attached, and stake it down. One tie out in along center, straight across from the prusik, and pull everything tight. You want to go one in from the side of the rectangle, pull it on an angle away from your back stake, and stake it out. The extra material made from going one in on the corner, you just tuck underneath. You want to go from this tie out, one in, pull on an angle, and stake out. Then with this loose corner, you pull on an angle in toward your tarp and stake it out on both sides. Next, you want to organize your ground sheet. Tucks in here very nicely. This stealth setup offers you very low profile. Like, I'm below most of the little trees around me. Super concealed, super comfortable, gives you the ground sheet and a few wind deflectors on the outside of your opening, providing you a little more wind protection and driving rain protection. This pitch offers very little headroom. This is mainly just for sleeping in. It does offer you enough room in the back of the shelter to tuck your pack in there. Alternatively, you could tuck your pack up near your head and actually use it as a pillow, which I have done. I really like this setup. It's really comfortable, offers great protection, and the ground sheet. Next pitch, my absolute favorite and one of the simplest pitches you can do, the good old plow point. Typically you want to tie this off to a tree, but I am going to do it to a ridgeline. For this, you'd want to use the corner of your tarp and a ridgeline that's just above your head. So you take your corner, slide your prusik through, and your toggle. You then take your opposing corner, pull it taut, stake it out. You then find your other corner, pull it out, nice and tight, stake it out. Your last corner, pull it out, and stake her. My absolute favorite pitch for the simplicity and the space it provides. You could easily sleep 3 people under here, 2 people in their gear, or 1 unbelievably comfortable. I do have a tie out here on the outside. You can tie that back off to a tree just to open this up and give yourself a little more space inside. It offers you 3-sided protection. Again, you'd want to put the point of the shelter into the prevailing wind so it's not coming in and blowing this thing up like a parachute. If the wind does decide to change directions on you, you can pull the 3 stakes, pivot this on the ridgeline to any direction you want. Super versatile, super easy to work with, and super comfortable. To kick things off with the more complicated, more technical tarp shelters, I'm going to start with the Adirondack. When doing this pitch with trekking poles or sticks, you want to start at the back. When I'm using a Ridgeline, I like to start at the front. To begin with, you want to lay your tarp out on the diagonal. So you go 2 tie outs in, 1, 2, attach this to your prusik. On the other side, you go 1, 2 in, attach this to your prusik as well. You then pull tight. Again, you want to go 1, 2 in from the corner, pull straight off your Ridgeline, and stake that out. 1, 2 in, pull straight off that Ridgeline, and straight off your other stake. You then fold under the remaining tarp. You now go to the very corner, pull out and away on an angle, and stake that out. Find your corner, pull out, keeping everything nice and tight. Stake that out. You then would take a piece of guy line and stake that out to the ground. This Adirondack provides excellent coverage on 3 sides with a bit of an awning. So if you do get some driving rain, some weather, this will protect you a lot better than the others. It also provides a little bit of a ground sheet. Not a whole lot, but a nice dry place to keep some gear. It provides ample space. For one person, this is probably my favorite shelter to use. It's just comfortable, enough headroom to sit comfortably without the tarp whacking you. You can lay down and sprawl out, no problem. It's a little tricky to get the pitch and the angles all right. Took me a few goes to actually be able to pitch this one correctly. But now that I've figured it out, it's solid structure and probably one of my go-tos now for this summer. One of the most widely recognized and most complicated pitches to do is the tarp tent. To begin with, I'm going to go 1 in from the corner, 1 in from the corner, stake that, 1 in from the corner opposing your current stake, stake that, opposing that stake, 1 in from the corner, and stake it. Your next step, you want to take your corner tie out and come in about halfway between the second one in and the very middle. Again, you want to grab your corner tie out, go past the second and in between the center. And stake that out. So more often than not, you see a trekking pole or a stick used on the inside. I don't prefer that method. I like having the Ridgeline. It eliminates the stick on the inside, which supplies you with way more interior space. I have my cordage attached to my Ridgeline. I go 1 back from the very end, go through the loop, next you want to go 1 up from the stake in the front, attach some guy line, again to the other side, you want to take this, pull back to your rear stake, and here I do a taut line hitch. So once, twice on the inside, once on the outside. It's adjustable knot. add the tension. Now the other side, go around your stake, go once on the inside, twice on the inside, once on the outside, and there you go. It's a guy line hitch. And you grab this line, pulls, adds your tension, and doesn't slip. You now come to the beak of the shelter, dead center, attach your guy line, pull this out and stake it. This pitch provides you the best coverage. Super complicated to set up, and if I didn't use the Ridgeline, there would be a stick right where I'm laying, which really encroaches on your space. I do like using the Ridgeline for this. It's a little floppy still. I'm not the best at this tarp tent pitch. It would work really well if I could get this tighter. Kind of embarrassed, but I did get it set up. It's a tricky one, but this will provide you the best coverage in a rainstorm. This pitch does not offer a ground sheet, but the coverage it provides makes up for that. The last configuration I'd like to discuss with you guys today is the Teepee pitch. To start with, you want to find your center tie out along one of your edges and attach that to your prusik. You then want to go to the back tie out and come one in and stake that down. You then want to find your corner, go one tie out in, nice and straight off the back stake and in 90 degrees to your ridge line. Stake that out and do the same to the other side. Find your corner, go one in. Oh, the wind. Stake that out. You then come to the front corner. It's a bit of an angle off the back stake. You stake that in. Same to the other side. This pitch provides you 3 solid walls, a nice opening in the front, which will allow good airflow and prevent condensation buildup. It does add you a little ground sheet. Alternatively, you can stake this in one more from the back than I did to give yourself a larger ground sheet. It does encroach on your space a little bit, makes it a little tighter inside. Still will have ample room for a pack and gear. I do like pitching it this way, a little extended. Just gives me that little bit of extra room, allows for the dog to sleep in here comfortably with me. Overall, this is a great pitch. I haven't actually spent the night in this one before. I do plan on it. It kind of incorporates the A-frame with the stealth shelter. It's kind of a mix with a little more headroom and a little more space all around. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this was informative. I hope it helps you with your tarp pitching skills. Hit me up in those comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if there's any other tarp pitches you'd like me to cover, and I'll gladly get out here and do this again. It's a lot of fun. I love playing with my tarps. But yeah, leave me some comments. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you guys like to pitch. What size tarp you use. What kind of tarp you use.